Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Or the cash app. Appreciate you, girl. Jason Rivers. Maria Carbajal. What's cracking? Melanated Brown. Ruth Thompson. Mac Bleak. I think that's what it is. What's cracking? Y'all coming in here slow today, man. Let's see. Y'all coming in slow today. I don't see nobody else. They stopped sending my notifications. What's up, Herb B3? What's cracking? All right, they tripping on my super chat today. Yvette Lewis, Toby Robinson, Brandon Terry, what's cracking? RK Strength Training, what's cracking? Dwayne Hicks, Christopher Ellis, Al Aqua, May 4th Music, May the 4th be with you. What's happening? Brother L. Wise, what's cracking, brother? You better pass this damn test this week, you understand me? James Stew, Reload 614, Jesus, Travion McClinton, Jay God, Ralph McCoy, Shuggy Dog, what's happening? Netaru Mars, Ramichi Ramel L. Man, y'all in these names. Dragon Rebirth, what's cracking? Spread the wealth, Almighty Sekou, Abel Bryant, That Boy Tree, what up? Nadine Figueroa Bay, what's happening? DJ Sherm, what's cracking? Caramel Soldier, I got you, Christopher Ellis. Mr. Ovary Massager, yep. London Show, Lawana Clark, Flexheart Mozart. What's happening, people? What is cracking? Joseph and Ron Spinks. So, man, where's my chat today, man? They be, man, YouTube trying to mess with me, y'all. Y'all better, you gotta get me back out here. They've been shadow banning me since I've been talking about the Khazars. Gonna talk about them, go talk some shit again today, too, but they shadow banning me because of the Khazars, y'all. We gotta make sure your bells are on, make sure your notification bells are on. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Cause they trying to shadow ban your boy. AO Chronicles, what up? King Coop. What is this? Iben Habit? I think that's it. All right. So, got a lot of stuff to talk about today. It's a whole bunch of fuckery going on. We got Caucasians saying there was no people in America when the colonists came here. It was just empty land. We got archaeologists. We're gonna tell you about that later. I'm gonna say that one. So we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Some crazy ass Fruitopian TV shows about animals coming out. Canada is trying to throw niggas in jail for their social media speech. Man, this shit's going crazy, y'all. So, real quick, I got a couple of new T-shirts on the channel, if y'all on my shop. So if y'all go get some of the new merch at the shop, realnagas.com. So, my shit right here. First comes the words, then comes the hands. I'm gonna talk to you first for a second. If that don't work, then come the hands. So, got my T-shirts out. This one's for you, Mel. I'm just in it, but not of it. I'm just in it, not of it. This is for all y'all who think that the shit that Caucasians do is gonna just bypass y'all and you just gonna be sitting back easy. This is for you niggas right here. I'm just in it, not of it. Then, for all you niggas who talk shit on the internet, only on the internet, because you know you get your ass beat, right here. Laptop gangsters can EAD. Right here. Laptop gangsters can EAD. You know what that means. You don't know what it means? Look it up. Then, for all the people who are masquerading as oh, I got one more too. Hold on. So, for all the melanated people who are masquerading, or people who are masquerading as melanated people, but are not, they got a little, and there's nothing wrong with being that, but they got a little coon Cajun in them right here. Beware of the coon Cajun. These are for melanated people who look melanated, but they bootlickers. They the bootlickers of the white racist class. So right here, beware of coon Cajuns. Then I got it encrypted, so you can wear this out, so nobody can really, if you don't want to be embarrassed. This is beware of coon Cajuns encrypted. You see the C's are backwards. Boom. And then, oh, where's my last one? Hey, where'd it go? God dang it. Oh, and my last one. This is also, first comes the words, then comes the hands. Boom. What up, Conceptual Elixirs? Thank you, brother, for the super chat. Tell you, I'm about words. Y'all know I got wordplay and all that. I'm about them words. But words don't work, then come them hands. So right here, make sure y'all support, get over there. Check me out, realnoggers.com. Love these shirts. These just some little sayings of mine. So if you ordered a police stop law package, you're probably still waiting on it because I ran out of some things. So if you're waiting on your law package, I got it yesterday. So I'll be sending your stuff out on Monday. So just hang with me. You're gonna get your stuff. Appreciate you. And anybody who wants to sign up for the Know Your Rights Foundation Academy, so you can learn this law for free. That's what we doing around here. We teaching y'all the law because it's coming. This police state is coming. I'm trying to tell you, man. Y'all don't know, you better know. So make sure you get over to Know Your Rights Foundation Academy, knowyourrightsfoundation.org or kyrf.org. Sign up as a volunteer and get you one of these beautiful certifications. This is what we're working for. We teach you for free, but when you get this certification, you have to get the certification. That's what the deal is. If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to get the certification, don't call us, because you can just support by buying some of the merchandise, you know, some of the tools that we have if you just want to learn the law and not be a part of this. But if you want to be a part of this, learn the law so you can go back out there and help teach your community. Make sure you get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org, sign up, get you one of these beautiful certifications right here. Appreciate y'all who coming out. Thanks for everybody who's been coming in, man. We're getting some people. We're getting people certified like crazy, man. This law is not hard to learn. I've been trying to tell y'all, man. Law is not hard to learn. Especially now that we got a bunch of people who are teaching you, so you're basically coming to a law nation. So it's not going to be that hard. It's not going to be hard as it took me. It took me a long ass time because I didn't have the internet when I learned the law. Yep, that long ago. I didn't have the internet. Had to go to law schools, had to go to law bookstores, regular libraries, just had to do all that shit. So you ain't got to do none of that. We compiled all of that information into one spot so y'all can get the information. So knowyourrightsfoundation.org if you want to sign up. And then for people, thanks for people hitting me on the Patreon. If you want to sign up for the status classes, that's on Patreon, patreon.com/realnoggers. The videos, status class videos are already uploaded, 20-something videos. You can study those. They're long. They're about 3.5 hours long, each one of them. So it's a lot of information packed in there. So you can get over there, sign up, watch the videos at your own leisure. And then once you're ready, if you're able to explain the paperwork, I give you the paperwork for free. Again, I need a law army. 1 million Johnny Cochran strong. That's what we need right here. So again, that's patreon.com/realnoggers. If you want to sign up, change your status, learn how to contract and keep one foot in the system and one foot out of the system at the same time. So you have the benefits of both worlds. You can have one foot in the system and not be obligated because you severed those contracts. But you can still keep your documents and move around freely excuse me, you can keep your documents and move around freely in the system without being obligated to those documents. All right. So again, patreon.com/realnuggas. And thank people for hitting me on the Cash App, contributing to my chicken shawarma. I got one more week, y'all. I got one more damn week. No chicken shawarma for a whole month. So you want to contribute to the last week chicken shawarma fund, make sure you do the Cash App, Real Nuggas 9, the number 9 on Cash App. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna be so sad. My last chicken shawarma. This is my last Saturday of chicken shawarma. I don't even get to eat chicken shawarma after the live stream next week. This is a sad day, baby. This is sad. But thanks everybody who's supporting. And if you haven't supported, why not? Don't just be in here ear hustling. Support, goddammit. If you want some good knowledge, make sure you put back out for that good knowledge. Appreciate you. And then make sure you check out the homie Timmy Tight Top weed juice. This is my watermelon ginger, the cool water, watermelon ginger and mint, the super tasty, delicious, delectable. And this is the surprisingly sweet with the grapefruit, cantaloupe, and ginger. This is this is off the chain right here. And then getting prepared for my healthy month with the green juice right here. This is the green lemonade, cucumber, romaine, spinach, kale, lemon, ginger, apple, and pear right here. Gotta get ready for this damn cleanse. Been eating too much shawarma and turkey burgers. Eating too much chicken shawarma and turkey burgers, dang it. Shit sucks. Make sure everybody make sure you take your shoes off before you enter my dojo, please. Y'all know the rules. That means hit the like button if you're new to the live stream. That means hit the like button when you come in. Have some class, some couth and decorum. Appreciate that. And so for Timmy Tight Top, for those weed juices, 323-864-4425. Again, if you want a weed juice, make sure you text him. Don't call him, because Timmy Tight Top may be doing some freaky shit. So 323-864-4425 if you want. I'm just bullshitting, but maybe. If you want the weed juices. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's get into it. Real quick, somebody left a message and said, can I put timestamps on the video? Hell no. No, I ain't putting no damn timestamps on the video. Watch the whole goddamn show, goddammit. But think I'm about to sit through here and pick through, already doing this shit for damn near 3 hours on Saturday. You think I'm about to pick through the video so that you can pick and choose the shit I say? If you don't want to watch it, don't watch. I'm not doing this for views or subscribers. I'm trying to tell you. I'm putting this information out because you need it. Now, I appreciate the subscriptions. I appreciate the support, but I'm not doing it for that. So I'm not going to be going through and cutting up the video for you. Watch the whole damn video. Shit. Appreciate you. Juan Humphrey. Juan Humphrey. I appreciate you, brother, for the Cash App. Watch the goddamn video. That means also watch the promotions, because this is how you support. This is how you help out, and I keep coming back to do this, because otherwise, y'all know what I could be watching. I don't even have to say it at this point. And George Lucas is coming back to Star Wars too, god damn it. What? Luke Skywalker and George Lucas is coming back to Star Wars in the new Mandalorian movie? God damn, y'all didn't hear about that, did you? About to be off the goddamn chain. So, no, I ain't putting no timestamps. All right, y'all, let's get on with it so I can get me some chicken shawarma. You guys know Matt Walsh. I know you heard of Matt Walsh. He's the dude who had the What is a Woman documentary. That's how he blew up, off the What is a Woman documentary. It's off the chain. If you haven't seen it, please go check out the What is a Woman documentary. It is killing the game. It actually changed the narrative on the transgender, type of the whole talk, because people were just pushing it and pushing it and pushing that stuff. And then Matt Walsh brought that video out, and that's when the conversation kind of changed balance, because they was up here when he brought that movie out. It started to move like this, because people started to see, like, yeah, what, you can't, you call yourself a woman, but you can't even define what a woman is. So how do you know you're a damn woman? So most of them couldn't answer that. So it shows how full of shit they are. So Matt Walsh is the one with the bullshit today. So Matt Walsh, in a recent podcast, he said that colonizers didn't steal the land when they came here. They didn't steal the land when they came here. It wasn't inhabited. He said the land, it was just fields, just acres and acres of just forest and empty land. That's what he said, just empty wilderness. Just empty wilderness. Nothing to see here. Now, it's bullshit. It's the same type of bullshit that Columbus tried to put out when he came to the Americas. I just found some land. What people? Nigga, there's a bunch of niggas behind him when he rolled up on the land. A bunch of niggas on the beach playing dominoes, playing spades and shit. And he rolled up and he was like, oh, I don't see nothing. Motherfucker slamming Big 10. Boom! 30! Slamming big domino on the beach. There's a bunch of niggas over here playing dominoes. And this nigga said there was nobody here. That the land, he said, how dare you? He said, how do you think you're supposed to have all this land and nobody else is supposed to just come over here and use it? Yeah, bitch. It's called being first on the land. It's called being indigenous. That's the thing around the world. But you see how he thinks? Most Caucasians, or I would say not most Caucasians, but most Republican Caucasians or conservative Caucasians, they think like that. What? I didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. The land was just empty, man. We came here, there was nothing here, and we just settled down. We just laid down on the ground. That's it. Wait a minute, nigga. What about the niggas playing spades right over there? What? I don't know. I don't see anything. So, that's the straight bullshit ass philosophy. Because can we go over to Europe? Can we go somewhere to Europe and just walk into the middle of a forest and claim it? Because there's nobody there? This is my shit. Ain't no way. It belongs to somebody. And even if it wasn't inhabited when you came here, that doesn't mean that the Aboriginals weren't holding the land for their future descendants that would expand and grow. That doesn't mean you can come over here and start taking shit because you didn't see they didn't have no land over here. So again, this is how it goes. No apology. We didn't do anything wrong. What do you mean? There's no such thing as white privilege, blah, 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 all this bullshit. So Matt Walsh is full of shit. Just because he say some good shit sometimes, don't mean he not full of shit. So they still with the we didn't steal the land. All right, nigga. 500 nations. Over 500 nations when the colonizers got here. But no, there was nobody on the land. Just 500 nations. And some of these nations had 1 million people. At least. Go look at the documentary. 500 nations. You'll see there's so many people over here. It's ridiculous. But no. Egyptian DIDDY, thank you. Appreciate you. Goddamn. So this is how the shit goes. This is how you think. The Lenape Lenape, they go back 12 to 15,000 years here in the Americas. No one was here. What do you mean? It was a ghost town. So, just as he says that, there's another story that was released, and it says archaeologists have found 23,000-year-old footprints in America. It says that rewrite the story of humans in America. So we've been here much longer than most people think. Way longer than that 23,000 years too. They're gonna find some other shit. Look up the London hammer. Go look up the London hammer. That's a petrified hammer, human hammer they found. It says like thousands of years old, but it was like a hammer from the 1800s or from the 1900s. They find all kind of shit over here. Then they found tools over here that said that were at least 100-something thousand years old. These were tools that were used to kill animals and like strip animals of their meat. Who was doing that? Who was killing animals and stripping animals of their meat? Pause. So, no Diddy. But we already been here. Now you can say this was Atlantis, this was Mu, this was Lemuria. I mean, you can all these damn ancient civilizations. They was all around here. But nobody was here when Matt Walsh people got here. So we just settled down. Okay, Matt Walsh, you full of shit. So it says White Sands National Park has some of the most archaeologically rich sand in North America. And it is within this New Mexico landscape that the oldest footprints ever, they're going to find some more, that the oldest footprints ever found on the continent were discovered. Recent research now dates those footprints roughly to 23,000 years old. Goddamn. So they're going to keep finding niggas here. They're going to keep uncovering stuff. They're going to keep finding niggas here back farther and farther and farther. Mike Santana, appreciate you on the super chat. Thank everybody for doing that. So then it says, the site in New Mexico has rewritten history books as we've discovered wonderful examples of human activity, the way that humans interacted with one another, with the landscape and with the landscape and with the animal life there. So we've been here. We've been making buildings and cooking. Shooting dice. No, I'm just kidding. But we've been over here chilling for thousands of years. Just like melanated people been over there for thousands of years. Sorry, Matt Walsh, that melanated people are the oldest people on the planet. Sorry, but that's what we are. Not sorry. So, Matt Walsh, you full of shit. Go back and learn some history. Because it's funny how he'll go back and research history when he does research on slavery and found out that melanated people started slavery first. So he find that shit. But you can't find that there was people in America when your bitch ass got here? Okay. 23,000-year-old footprint. But nobody was here. Fuck Matt Walsh. All right, moving along. Did you see the president of Slovakia? They had an assassination attempt on the president of Slovakia. He got shot 5 times. Now, why am I talking about the president of Slovakia getting shot? That's a bad thing. You know, it's a little newsworthy, but not really necessarily in America. So why am I talking about the president of Slovakia? Because he got shot a couple of days after he said he wasn't going to sign the WHO treaty, the WHO treaty. We ain't fucking with that shit. Fuck that shit, nigga. Get that shit out of here, bitch. What? You ain't signing? You ain't signing. Are you sure? Gonna ask you one more time, my nigga. Are you signing this treaty? Got it. And some nigga rolled up on him. They tried to get some, MK Ultra. This is how they always do. They get some lowly person who you can't track and would say, well, we don't know what happened. He just flipped. He was a nice old man and he just flipped and he walked up. So it was an older dude walked up to him and shot him 5 times as he got out of the car. So then it was only a couple. So it was one of the 2 reasons or both. So he spoke out about the WHO treaty, said we not fucking with that. Then he talked shit about Ukraine. He wouldn't support Ukraine. And so he's blasting the war in Ukraine. So they're like, nigga, what are you doing? You ain't got to fuck with us, but stop talking shit though, bitch. He's like, no, nigga, I'm about to tell everybody, bitch. I'm going to tell everybody about this shit. They're like, all right. Pew. Pew, pew, pew. But he survived. So shout out to him. He survived. And he's in stable condition. Now, I wonder if he's going to say it's very suspicious that he got killed right after he said he wasn't fucking with the WHO treaty. And then remember, they were supposed to sign the treaty this week. Or the next, I think next week, actually. They're supposed to sign that treaty next week. So, somebody was pissed. Almighty Stone, appreciate you. Big shout out to you, Kev. Keep dropping that knowledge and making us laugh for show. Appreciate you. Charlie J. Scott, thank you for, oh man, thank you, Charlie. Appreciate you on the Cash App. Thank everybody for hooking me up today. So, this is some puck shit, man. These niggas, I thought assassination attempts were kind of in the past. Because they usually try to make it look like if they kill you, they'll try to make it look like you committed suicide. Like homeboy, the Boeing dude. That just, some news just came out this week after they did the investigation and said that he was found in the car with a gun in his hand and a suicide note. But remember, he called his homegirl the night before because he was supposed to go home that night. He talked to his homegirl, said, "No, I ain't care if I don't come back. I didn't off myself." That's what he said. He said, "Just letting you know, if I don't come back, I did not off myself." Right. So then, I don't know if you guys heard, there was another Boeing dude that supposedly committed suicide. These are two whistleblowers. Two Boeing whistleblowers commit suicide within a month and a half of each other, but that's not suspicious at all. Two whistleblowers, right? So I thought assassination attempts or assassination attempts were supposed to look like, you know, self-offings, but they just straight took this nigga out. So there are people pushing back against this WEF agenda because it's really, they're really trying to push this right now. It's going hard and it's failing. So they got to go harder. They're doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the mission. And we got to double, quadruple, triple, quintuple, sectuple, all of that. We got to keep pushing back. Every time they push, we got to push them back. Don't accept this bullshit. They want you to keep pushing you to, and eventually you will accept this bullshit reality that they do. This is what they do constantly. And when they want to change reality, they just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Then they push it to the children because they know they're easy to set up because their minds are blank. So if they keep pushing it, eventually you get tired of fighting and just say, all right, fuck it, it's just the norm. Don't do that. Don't get used to the bullshit as the norm. Keep pushing back. So moving along, speaking of the WHO, an NIH official admits to funding gain of research at the Wu-Tang lab. This is some bullshit. Now, remember Fauci was on trial and shit? They had him up there. It is not gain of function. Rand Paul was killing him. He called Rand Paul a stupid, an idiot, and all this type of shit. You're lying, Mr. Paul. You're lying. It is not gain of function. We know what gain of function is. It's not gain of function. This nigga got up there like 3-4 times and lied his ass off. But then an NIH official just comes out and said, that nigga was lying. Just saying. That nigga was lying his ass off. Is Fauci gonna go to jail behind that shit? Because now, again, allegedly, it escaped from the Wu-Tang. Right? Allegedly, it escaped from the Wu-Tang lab where they just admitted they were funding the gain of function research. Meaning putting viruses in the gym. Gain of function, everybody, is just they put viruses in the gym so they can pump them up. They can get strong guns and chest and come back out and start slapping you like Debo. What you got on my virus, bitch? So he was doing that shit, as we all knew. But they can't. Can they send him to jail? Can they fire? He's already out. He's already gone from the NIH. So can they send a nigga to jail, or can they send him to jail? They're not gonna send him to jail. You don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing about him paying for this, him lying, none of that shit. Committing perjury through the grand jury. You know why? Because that nigga is the head of bioresearch at DARPA. He's the head of bioresearch at DARPA. So that means he's still doing shit. He not at the NIH no more. But nobody knew he was the head of DARPA since 2011. Yo, Doris Moore, thank you for the cash app. I mean the super chat. Appreciate you. So he's still head of bio weapons. This nigga still, they call it bio research, but it's bioweapons at DARPA. So they need that nigga. So they full of shit. Fauci's with the bullshit. We all knew, but can we sue? Can we go back and sue him? Not necessarily. That nigga's too protected. You can try it, but he's too damn protected. So, but we found out the bullshit. Fauci, well, we knew Fauci was full of shit all the whole damn time. But again, so they admit it and nothing's going to happen. They allegedly killed millions of people and nothing's going to happen. Within the system, karmically, there will be something happening. They can't get away from that karma. It's going to kill them. It's going to take, I mean, in this era, in this age right now, this after the conjunction, the great conjunction that happened in 2020, you can't do shit now. Everything you do will come back on you so much faster because you're living in the air age now. Information travels fast in the air, right? Wind takes it and it's gone. So everything that niggas was doing in the dark for all of those different ages, because we just came out of an Earth age, Capricorn. So everything that they were doing in those ages, the Earth is a very slow moving energy. So it took a while for dirt to come out during the Capricorn time, the Earth age. Now we're in the air age. Shit is coming out. Boom, 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 boom. Look at Diddy ass. Look at Puffy bitch ass. I mean, damn. We never thought we'd see that nigga. And we're going to talk about it later, too. But you can't get away from your karma in this new age. This energy is different. So mind your steps, everybody. Watch your steps. Make sure you understand the energy you're putting out into the universe. Because it will come back. And it's going to come back quick, especially now. You should be watching your energy anyway. But damn, right now, you have no wiggle room. The universe is sending Scud missiles up niggas' asses if you fuck up. So just pay attention. So then, moving along, in New Khazarian news, Israel settlers, I don't know if you saw the video, but the New Khazarian settlers, or citizens, they call themselves, they were destroying the food truck. I think I talked about it last week. I don't know if I talked about it. Actually, the video just came out. So they were destroying the food truck with the flour and everything going to Gaza. So these are just regular citizens. This is not IDF. This ain't soldiers. These are regular citizens attacking the caravans of food that's going to Gaza. They throwing it all off on the streets. And then that night they burnt the food and the trucks. Then, just on some random shit, they pulled the nigga out of a truck and beat him because they thought he was delivering food and he wasn't to Gaza. Yo, MWP 325, appreciate you. Thank you for the cash app. I mean, the super, man, I keep messing them up. The super chat and the cash app. Thank you. But, so, this is some bullshit. While they'll sit up here and tell you that they're not bad, they're not evil, this or that, you are preventing starving children from getting food? How does that not make you the bad guy? How does that not make you evil? If you can watch children starve, if you can watch children be blown up to pieces, you evil as fuck. Especially if you're the one doing it. But if you're just able to watch it and not say anything, and you're helping the situation go along, like the rest of the, like 88% of New Khazarians are with that shit. 88% of people in New Khazaria, they're with it. They want it to happen. Which says to me, they're going to have major karmic backlash coming on them. They can't escape it. Whatever's going to happen in New Khazaria is going to be bad. They're killing way too many people out in the open where everybody sees it. They used to just be able to take niggas out on the low where you didn't get the backlash. But now you're going to get the energy from the people that you're taking out. That energy is not gone. That energy is still out there. And that energy is going to come back along with the people who sympathize and empathize with them. It is going to be a beverage of Scud missiles coming up the ass of New Khazaria. And they're not going to be able to sideswipe it. Which is good because they've had too much control over the world for the last few hundred years. And so that control is ending. Like America. They've had too much control over the world for the last, since they've been in existence. That hold is coming to an end. Funny how both of those ends are tied together. Because New Khazaria was always using America as its attack dog. New Khazaria has been the energy or the hand, the hidden hand behind what goes on in America since the beginning. So now both of them are being shown. And nobody likes America or New Khazaria right now. Then it says, in an Israeli newspaper, says they were getting technical information from the IDF on where the convoys would be so they could attack them. So the IDF is giving the citizens locations of where the food is going to be. This is evil shit. So they don't get caught doing it, but they send the citizens who were former IDF. So just be clear. They're not IDF now, but every male in New Khazaria has to spend 3 years in the military, and the women have to spend 2 years. So every citizen, if you're a citizen of New Khazaria, you have to go to the army, to the military, and serve. So all those people who are throwing the food off the train or the truck or whatever, they're still soldiers. They just former soldiers. So this is some fucked up shit. And now they're getting tactical information on where to go take the food out. This is some bullshit. Then at the same time, oh, Preston Davis, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. So at the same time, while they're blocking the food to give America a reason to build an AIDS pier, a food aid pier or whatever aid pier off the coast of Gaza, they finished it yesterday. They finished the pier yesterday. The food aid pier. So now they're saying, well, because they're blocking the roads, we're gonna have to use the pier. It's a good idea. It's a good thing that we built the pier off the coast of Gaza because there's no way we can stop them from destroying the food. Wait a minute, nigga, you can stop giving them weapons. And that'll make them niggas stop destroying the food. If they destroy the food, nigga, if you destroy the food, you get no weapons. See how easy that is? They can stop them in 2 seconds. But they're not going to do it because Khazaria runs America and it's not the other way around. So they said the Gaza pier is done at $350 million cost to America when all they had to do was make Israel move the truck roads. This is from an article. So then Netanyahu came out. He said Netanyahu wants every American to help occupy Gaza. He wants Americans to occupy Gaza for him. After they done blew it up and shit, now he says, can y'all help us hold it down? We need people, because you just can't destroy a place and think, oh, that's just it. You got to do the after work. You got to go. You got to go police the areas and shit. Make sure you got everybody, all this type of shit. It's a massive military operation, and they want the Americans to go in there and take the heat for all the shit that they done blew up. They done blew motherfuckers to high hell, but they want the American soldiers to go in there and hold it down and take all the goddamn fucked up energy from all those people. Hell no. But you know it's probably gonna happen because when the soldiers get on the pier, one of them Hamas cats, or it may be an IDF person, takes a shot on a false flag, takes a shot at one of the military officers on the pad, on the pier, and then now the Americans are in the war, just like that. You fire on Americans, Americans gonna fire back on you. We in the war just like that. So this is straight bullshit. They pulled America into their bullshit war. Physically now. But America was already giving them weapons. Now they physically gonna be taking people out? Well, we hope not. But man, come on. We already know what this is. He says, and so then we talk about New Khazaria and Old Khazaria. And a lot of people ask me why I talk about Khazaria. So if you don't know, if you're new here, the JOOs, the J triple O's are Khazarian. That's their true heritage. They're not JOOs, right? So they're from Khazaria. Khazaria is Ukraine, right? And so then they moved out, they got kicked out of there, and then they moved around the world, then they came back together in Palestine, or in the region over there. So that's New Khazaria. So we got New Khazaria as Israel, Old Khazaria is Ukraine, right? So Noam Chomsky, he wrote a book called Manufacturing Consent. That's his most famous. He's written a lot of books. Excuse me, but his most famous book is Manufacturing Consent, meaning the government will do whatever the fuck they want and then create the reason why it was good for them to do it in the first place. Right? They'll create some type of false flag and say, "Oh, we had to go in. We had to go into the region because they attacked us." That's manufacturing consent of the people to do fucked up shit. Because if messed up shit gets happened to the Americans gonna want you to retaliate, right? They also manufacture consent by the media. They control the media. So they help push these narratives that brainwash the damn public. But Noam Chomsky came on the other day. He was talking to some other Khazar, and they both said yes, because they keep talking about they were talking about the anti-Semitic thing, right? And they kept saying, and they keep using it, they keep weaponizing anti-Semitism, anti-Semitic, and all this and that. And then he said, then Noam Chomsky said this. He said, well, they're not really Semitic because they're German. So they're Ashkenazi Jews from Germany. So they're not Semites technically. And then the other guy he was talking to, he said, aren't there Khazars? He said they're Khazars. They're Khazars from Khazaria. He said that's a conspiracy theory or something that the Jews will try to put out there. That's a conspiracy theory that they're not really Jews, that they're from Khazaria. And then Noam Chomsky, who is a JOO, this motherfucker said, no, that's actually true. My ancestry is from Ukraine. Nigga told the truth. Noam Chomsky knows. He's one of the most respected brains in the world, actually. Especially as far as politics. So this nigga admitted it. Shout out to Noam Chomsky. Thank you for not bullshitting. But he's still, you full of shit, Noam Chomsky. He was on Epstein Island countless times. So Noam Chomsky is with the bullshit. However, I will take your history, your little history drop. I'll use that, but you still put the fuck shit, Noam, bitch, for messing with kids. You want to get me on your bad side? the quickest way is to do something to a kid. I will, boy, don't fuck with the kids. So Noam Chomsky broke it down, said his ancestry is Old Khazarian. Old Khazarian. So finally somebody came out and told the truth, but we still can't say it on YouTube. So moving along, this is some bullshit. So Canada, if you live in Canada, you got to get out. Got to get out of Canada. So Canada is establishing a digital safety board that will go into people's social media to search for hate speech that, will search for hate speech that will be punished by house arrest and jail, depending on how severe it was. House arrest or jail if you say something bad on the internet. Canada's with the bullshit. Now, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, man, if you live in America, you better start respecting that shit. America's the only place with free speech, truly, with laws that protect free speech. Because every country will tell you that they have freedom of speech. But if it's speech that they don't agree with, the government don't agree with, they'll shut that shit down, like Canada. These niggas said they were creating a digital safety board. How are you not safe if nobody can touch you through the internet? Trying to tell you, if it was possible, I'd have been slapped a bunch of these laptop bitch ass gangsters who talking shit. If I could touch your ass through this motherfucker, boy, I'd have been slapped the shit out of a bunch of these niggas on the internet. So you're not safe on the internet if somebody talks shit about you, apparently. So it says the law allows the board to retroactively, this is crazy, cyber hands. That's what's up, WDMA. Cyber hands, for sure. But this law allows them to go back to old social media posts and retroactively charge you with the shit. So they can go back to like 2016, 2017 and see you talking shit and throw your ass in jail. Or what they call house arrest, which is really jail. Canada, what the fuck y'all doing? And he gonna be president for another, I think he gets Canadian election for prime minister is in October of 2025. So that bitch ass nigga gonna be president for at least another year and a half? Damn it, Canada? I feel for you. I feel for y'all, man. Y'all need to start mashing out, though. You're never gonna have freedom in that country if you don't mash out. And they do mash out, like the truckers and all that type of stuff, but you gotta be about it. Because they're controlling everything in Canada. Sucks for Canada, man. Canadians are cool as fuck too. So, you know, you need to get on that, Canada, or move to America. But freedom of speech, I'm talking to the Americans. Americans, we have got to mash out and protect freedom of speech. This is why you hear me talking about this shit all the damn time. You know, I deal with the law and all that type of stuff, but it ain't even about that. If you can't say what the hell you want to say, a government can do anything they want to you. Anything. So, just like making you pay taxes. Y'all saw that? If you can find this, go get it. It may be expensive because there's a lot of tax information in there. But this is about taxes. Also, I want you guys to check out a website called freedomlawschool.org. It basically talks so there was an interview. This is kind of sidetracked for a second, but Kim Iverson had a dude on her show. Watch it on Rumble. Don't watch it on Kim Iverson's YouTube channel. If you got Rumble, go to Rumble, search for Kim Iverson, and watch the last episode she did yesterday with this dude who said who hasn't been paying taxes in 30 years legally. Lawfully not paying taxes for over 30 years. And he gives it's a whole hour breakdown. But he basically says everything that I've been telling y'all for the last since I've been on YouTube. So he knows that stuff. And the fact that you paying taxes is called voluntary compliance. And the only people who are supposed to pay taxes are people who live in the District of Columbia. Income tax is only for the people who live in the District of Columbia. Citizens of DC. So he's breaking that shit down. So the reason I said that is because when tax first came out, first of all, there was no income tax before 1913 until they instituted the Federal Reserve, right? That's when the Federal Reserve Act was put into play. Woodrow Wilson, he signed the Federal Reserve into play, which then gave the Federal Reserve control over our money. Then for them making our money, we got to pay interest, right? So this is where the income tax came from. Because before in the 1800s, they kind of did it to fund the soldiers. They didn't call it income tax. They called it a something else tax. But they kept that. And in 1913 or after 1913, because the Federal Reserve needs a collection agency, right? Federal Reserve needs a collection agency. So the IRS is the collection agency for the Federal Reserve, right? Just like you have a motherfucker call you and you be trying to duck and dodge him when that number come up, because you know it's the bill collector calling you and you don't be answering that damn phone. That's who the IRS is. They ain't nothing but a high-class bill collector for the Fed, not for America, for the federal government to pay that interest. So that's what I mean by if you don't speak up, they can control you. Taxes, when they were first implemented, was only 1%. Only 1 damn percent. Now it's just like 40% or some shit like that. That's highway robbery. They don't have any right to 40% of your damn money at all. But again, when you don't speak up about it, this is the shit they can do. So moving along. Hold on a second. So, moving along, did you guys see the Chiefs kicker, Harrison Butker? What is it? Hold on. Butker. Harrison Butker, sorry. You see he's getting canceled for his speech. He did a speech, a commencement speech at a Catholic school that was graduating. And he said, he told the girls in the crowd that they were looking forward to being wives and mothers, right? So basically, he was like, I know a bunch of you out here, the best, you're gonna start your careers or whatever, blah blah blah. Then he said, but a lot of you are looking forward to being, having the best job. It's something I'm paraphrasing. This is not what he's, exactly what he said, but having the best job ever of being a wife, mother, and a homemaker, right? So he said this. He said a whole bunch of other shit. He said some shit about the trans movement, the transformer movement, and all that stuff. Because I guess he's a Republican. He's conservative Republican. So he was saying all this stuff, and none of it was bad, really. What's wrong with women wanting to do traditional, traditional stuff, like be a mother and a housewife? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because mothers raise the children who will then take care of the world. So if you got a good mom raising a child the proper way, your society is only going to better your society when that happens. But no, this nigga got flambazled. He didn't even say nothing derogatory, nothing. All he said was, some of y'all may go on to be careers, but I know a lot of y'all out here, you looking forward to being the best thing ever, and that's a mother and a wife. Housemaker, a housemaker. Some women want to do that. But why is it bad to say it? Why is it bad to say that now? He didn't say, I believe women should only be doing that, even though he might. He didn't say that. He did. He split it up. So why is it so damn bad to say that women should also want to be mothers and wives. That's nature. The only reason that's not happening like it should is because men created this world that women feel that they need to be masculine in to get ahead in. So I can't be a woman and about bearing children and all this because I got to make my mark in the world. Got to make my mark in this man-made world. And then while they all at the same time telling you that man ain't shit, while they trying to take over the goddamn world man made. It's some stupid shit. They trying to take over the world men made, but tell you at the same time men ain't shit. But they got to make their mark in this world. Now, most of these women who do this, who go to have careers, they will have their careers, they will have them and boom and be mashing out. Then they'll hit about 38, 39, getting to them 40s. They be like, shit, I got a bunch of I got job, career, bunch of money, got a house, got a fat car, got no dick though. Oops. Nope. No, you don't. Because men don't give a shit about that, most of that stuff. Men don't care about most of that stuff. Men gonna make that shit for themselves. They want somebody who's gonna help nurture them and be and help them in life. Be a partner and aid. Just like a lot of women are looking for a man who can keep them secure. No woman wants to be around a man who can get his ass beat. I know y'all may act like y'all don't think about that shit, but most women, you don't want to be with a man who can't protect you. That's some real shit. So, if men go to the traditional energy, then why can't women? Because women feel that they're behind in this man's world and they have to take over. But they've already taken over. If you look at everything, women are running most of the shit now, and America going to hell. Look it up. Women are in charge of most shit right now. It's the actual fact. Women are in charge of most shit right now, and the shit is going to hell. Did y'all see the fight in Congress yesterday? With, damn, what was old girl name? So it was AOC, this white chick, this Caucasian lady named Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I forgot the other chick name, but Marjorie Taylor Greene told homegirl, because she asked a question about Trump, about the person that's prosecuting Trump, is his daughter making money off the trial? Then homegirl said some smart remark. Can you read on your paper? We're not what we're here for? But I didn't ask you that. I can say what I want to say. So she said something about old girl's eyelashes. Maybe you need to take your eyelashes off and read through the paper. Then homegirl, then the melanated chick called her a blonde, what did you call her? A blonde, broke body, something, bleach blonde, something body, something. Now this is in Congress. You ain't supposed to be doing this in Congress. Then AOC stood up and started tripping. And she said, oh, did I? And then Marjorie Taylor Greene says, oh, did I offend you? Baby girl, let me tell you. What the fuck is this? When did we go to homeboy? When did we start doing Congress in the hood? That's ghetto shit. That's straight ghetto shit. Y'all talking crazy, talking over each other. The sister talking about she cursing in Congress. Yeah, bad built. That's what she said. Yeah, bleach blonde, bad built. Your bad built body. But she start cursing in Congress. What the fuck? What are you doing? What example are you setting for the rest of America when you in here arguing like a bunch? See, again, women. I promise you, the men are sitting in there like, what the fuck, nigga? What the hell? Men ain't in there arguing like that. Even though they do argue sometimes, they ain't calling each other names and motherfucker, I'll beat your ass and all. They ain't doing none of that. So, this shit is crazy, man. About women having a backlash because they tried to get that nigga canceled. The kicker, they put out a petition with like 100,000 signatures to get him kicked off the goddamn Kansas City Chiefs. He didn't even say nothing bad. He didn't talk about a specific person. He just said some women are going to be happy. He knows some women are looking forward to being mothers and wives. What the fuck is wrong with saying that now? And then they looked up his mom, said his mom is a scientist and all this and that type of shit. But he probably is saying that because his mom, the type of career his mom had, took her away from him as a kid. That's real shit. My mom worked all the goddamn time. Thank you, Brandon Terry. Appreciate you. I mean, I grew up with a single mom, so she had to work. But that left basically me to raise my little sister. She wasn't there. My mom would leave 7 in the morning, come back at 8 at night. So I was basically the parent. So if she could have been at home, she would have been. She wanted, you know. But again, it's a bad thing to want to stay at home, be with your kids, raise good family. Now he didn't say that's all you have to do, and I don't believe that either. I don't believe a woman should be at just home and just that's all a woman should be doing. I believe you should have some type of stuff, but what you would do. This is what women think, or who believe in that. These feminists think. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to serve some man. I'm not going to be. You want me to be at home and serve a man and blah blah this and that type of shit. But you'll take that energy that's supposed to go to your husband and your children, and you'll give it to an artificial man. That's what a corporation is. It's an artificial person. So instead of feeding that energy to my family, that's going to give me all of that energy back in love and gifts and comfort, all the rest of that thing and everything, I'm going to give all this energy to this goddamn corporation who don't give a shit about me, who will fire me to save face if they needed to, who would kick me the fuck up out of here if I said something crazy. All this time, you will give all your energy just to say you did something in the world. I'm all for women doing shit. But when you say it's better for you to give your energy to an artificial person than to your family, you on some fuck shit. You on some straight bullshit. So, women who are getting back at him, I have no idea what the hell they thinking, but this is why most of them don't have men and won't have men later on in life, and then will sit up here and be crying and be on Bumble and Tinder and shit at 45 years old looking for some dick, because all the time when you could have had it, when you were mashing out, when you really had the energy, you gave all that energy to a fake man, a corporation. So shout out to the kicker. They said, this is the article. Speaking at a conservative Catholic school, that should have been, they should have been right in line. The Catholic school basically should have been right in line with his teachings because they're Catholic. That's what they're supposed to teach about God and family and all that type of stuff. They all smashed on him. Then the NFL came out and said his views are not our views. Then the Chiefs came out, the Chiefs came out and said his views are not our views. He was acting. I mean, they all stepping away from that nigga. But the day after he said it, this shows you where the real people's minds are. At the day after he said that shit, his jersey sold out. Nigga, in the NFL ran out of his jersey the next day. As that shit started coming back on, they was like, "Thank you for speaking up. Thank you." See, most people think like that, but they don't want to be canceled. They don't want to be canceled for speaking like that. So, they went and basically represented and bought that nigga's jersey out. You can't find his jersey nowhere in America right now, at the NFL store anyway. So, people do want to hear that type of stuff. People are thinking like that. They're just so goddamn scared to say it, they don't know what to do. So they need a surrogate to go out and speak to the world for them. So, shout out to homeboy. So moving along. Then there was a poll. See, this is what I'm talking about. Women be tripping. There was a poll that went viral this last week or so. I don't know if y'all heard about it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. They asked women, a bunch of women, If you were trapped in the wilderness, would you want to be trapped with a bear or a man? And 90-something%, I think almost 100% of the women, almost 100% of the women chose the bear. They said they'd rather be in a wilderness trapped with a bear than a man. Like the man is going to try to grape them or something. You think you safer with a goddamn bear than with a man? See, this is the mentality that they have nowadays. Men are toxic. Like masculinity, just regular masculinity is toxic. I just heard today, a Conan the Barbarian TV show got canceled. It was pretty good. They were putting it, if you don't know who Conan the Barbarian is, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger's first movie, where he was playing a slave, one of those Caucasian slaves that was owned by a nigga who was James Earl Jones. Go watch that movie. And James Earl Jones he was basically he represented the higher knowledge, the snake. He's basically a serpent and a priest. So go watch that movie. But they were turning that movie into a TV show. And it was coming out, and then the head of the studio, Amazon, which is a woman, she looked at it and she said, "This is too toxic masculinity. It's too much toxic masculinity." And she canceled the show. Just on her, I'm looking at, this is too much toxic masculinity. So right off the bat, you unilaterally just gonna decide that masculinity is toxic. Okay, if you trapped in the damn wilderness with a bear, I promise you want the nigga to be masculine then. Promise you that shit. Because right now, what's gonna happen is the man gonna break. The way y'all doing it right now, men are gonna kick rocks. They gonna bounce. Ah, I'm out. Because usually a man would try to fight the bear for the woman. That's the natural instinct of a man, is to protect children and women. So usually the normal mind would be like, I'm gonna fight the bear. Maybe I'll distract the bear. You go, you run and hide. You get away. Something like that. But now they're going, y'all are tripping. Not everybody in here, but I'm talking about these women out in the world. They tripping so hard that men are not gonna do shit for them now. It's gonna be hard to find. I was watching a video of this lady. She was squatting in the gym. And I know y'all seen the rash of ladies in the gym who be filming dudes, watching them and shit, and be trying to put them on blast on Instagram and shit. So she was squatting, right? She had a bunch of weight on the squat rack. She was in what's called the Smith machine. So it's a machine that helps you move up and down. It moves the weight easier up and down. So she got on this thing. She did a squat. She's whop, and the weight was too much, and she couldn't get off. Right? She couldn't stand up, and so she was looking around, and men was just looking at her like, "Handle that shit, bitch." She was like, She was, no, somebody gonna help me? Is somebody gonna help me? She was looking around. She's about to get crushed. She's about to become what is that? An accordion. That shit, that thing that mashing out like that. She was about to become an accordion. Then finally, some woman saw her from way across the gym and ran all the way across the gym to come help her. This is what y'all turning this shit into, women. Men don't want to do shit. So keep talking that. Like you don't need men. The truth of the matter is, men don't need women. The only reason men need women is for procreation. Men don't need women to survive. We're the thinkers. We're the innovators. We're the workers. We're the doers. Men can create a whole damn world without a woman here. That's the truth of the matter. They can build a whole goddamn world without a woman here. Can women do that? You ever see the TV show where they put men and women on the island together? And they made the men go together, and they made the women go together on the island. And the women, they almost starved to death. They had to come save the women. The TV show had to come save the damn women because they was all fighting and shit. They was arguing. They didn't know what was what. They didn't have no food to eat because they dropped them in there without food. So you had to survive off the land. The men were building huts, going and fishing, cooking some shit up. One dude was responsible for getting the sticks and stuff to build the house. Another nigga was responsible for this. They organized that shit like a motherfucker. All right, you gonna do this, you gonna do that, but I'm gonna go over here and cook. You gonna get the sticks. You gonna do, nigga, you fashion the food. Nigga, they was bam. Women over there, fuck you, bitch. We need to be doing this and we need to be doing that. Basically, what went on in the goddamn Congress. That shit. So, y'all better stop talking that bullshit about you don't need men. The truth of the matter is, men don't need women. And I'm sure, I promise you, eventually, a man would figure out a way to create a woman, to create a way to procreate if you give them enough time. Because men are the thinkers. Again, the innovators. Not that women aren't. Some women are too, but that's mostly a man thing. So that's some bullshit. All you women, y'all better get on board, goddammit. They would rather be in the damn woods with a bear rather than a man. All right. That sure would leave your ass. I wish a woman said that shit to me. I'd sit right there on the goddamn rock, watch him eat your ass. I'd be like, yeah, get that bitch, bear. Hey, Yogi. Tear that bitch up, Yogi. Hey, boo-boo. I'm watching that nigga. Tear your ass up. So moving along, this story kind of had me sad. This last little story here. There was a 10-year-old kid. Cute little kid, man. He killed himself. 10-year-old kid killed himself, or took himself out because they were bullying him about his glasses and his teeth. He was getting bullied about his glasses and his teeth. Now, I understand how that feels. I never got bullied because I'm not that type. I'm not the type you can bully. When they say the fight or flight, I'm the double fight nigga. So you ain't gonna bully me. But I got shit talked about me a lot about this eye. That's why nobody can say shit about my eye on there, and you can't say nothing that I've never heard about my eye. Calling me Uncle Ruckus and all that shit. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm still better than you. But the little kid, when they're young like that and they don't have any sense of self, and you bombarding them with the abuse every day, little kid went and killed himself, man. Took himself out. That's some bullshit, man. I hate bullies. That's why I took up martial arts. I hate bullies. But, there's a but. I also don't like people who don't defend themselves. I don't like that either. I don't like bullies more. So like if I had to choose between the two, I would whoop the bully's ass before I gave the person who didn't defend themselves a speech. I would help the the person who couldn't help themselves. But you need to learn how to defend yourself. If you can't learn how to defend yourself, why should somebody else do that? I truly believe, children should be taught how to fight at a young age. Because knowing how to fight, it alleviates so many things. Fear of confrontation, fear of expression. A lot of people don't want to express themselves because they don't want to get too far out of line and get their ass whooped. But a nigga who knows how to, who got hands, a person who got hands, they don't think about none of that. Because if it goes to the ultimate point of the hands, I can deal with that. So I'm not scared of nothing you say. I'm not scared to say anything to you. So that builds confidence. That's why I teach boxing. I teach martial arts, Muay Thai. Because it builds confidence. Just in everyday life. Whenever you go out, you want to talk to somebody. You want to express yourself. Knowing how to fight, not that you should use it, because I'm very adamant about only fight when your life is in danger or your friend's life or your family. I'm very adamant about that before I teach somebody. That's my first golden rule. Before I even put a glove on somebody, I tell them that golden rule. Don't you use what I teach you to bully anybody. You use it for self-defense, defense of your family, or defense of friends. But little children should know that. They should know how to fight. So I got into first thing I got into was boxing, then karate. And so it definitely helps you with your self-confidence. It builds you up on the inside so that no one can tear you down. And that little kid, he needed more encouragement from his parents. He needed encouragement from his parents. Should have made him feel like he was the greatest thing in the universe. And no matter what anybody said about him, I'm still better than you, bitch. That's the way you got to teach your kids. I don't give a shit what you say about me. I'm better than you. That's only if they're getting shit talked on. You shouldn't teach your kids that they're better than anybody like that. But if somebody talking shit to your kid, yeah, nigga, I'm better than you. So, shout out to that little kid. His parents needed to pick up the ball on that one and teach him some self-confidence. But they're gonna regret not doing that for the rest of their lives. So moving along, in rainbow news, did you hear? Peacock is releasing a documentary show called Queer Planet. Come on, man. It's an animal documentary show called Queer Planet, and it's supposed to show because you can't say homosexuality in animals because homo means man, right? So they're trying to show that same-sex animals be doing it in nature. So it's a natural thing for it to be in the world. It's always been in nature. Okay, it may be in nature, but it's an abnormality in nature. It's not the staple of nature. You don't see a bunch of dude lions fucking each other. Them niggas want to rip each other apart. Yo, Trust and Dead Show, thank you, brother. Agree 100%. I learned to fight later on. My early life would have been different if I was taught younger. Yeah, man. See, I'm crazy. I used to punch holes in walls, so I didn't learn how to fight because I was scared of nobody. I used to punch shit all the time. My mother's like, nigga, you crazy. I got to put your ass in some martial arts or something, nigga, before you fucking tear the whole goddamn place down. If you went to my house when I was a kid, I had nothing but holes in the door. I used to punch holes in the door all the time. I had to keep the door open in the hallway so nobody saw the holes in the door. So I understand. You gotta learn how to defend yourself early on. But back to the Queer Planet. Same-sex animals. You ain't gonna see two lions normally doing it. They may have caught a couple of lions doing some bullshit, but they're trying to say, have fun, have sex. Like, y'all, everything is about you just having sex. That's what the whole shit is about. You just having sex. Just go out there, have fun, have sex with anybody you want, right? That's the meaning of life. Queer Planet, y'all. And I want to say it show gay animals, but can animals be gay? Can animals be gay? Apparently, according to this show, they can be. Now, again, it's not the normal of nature. It's not the norm of nature. It's an abnormality. Because if it was the norm of nature, we wouldn't have any nature. Nature is very adamant about the divine masculine and divine feminine and those two things coming together to produce more life. More of itself. So if you try to procreate with something like yourself, it's not going to work. You're going to die out. That's just how it is. You're going to die the fuck out. So, they're trying to show this so I don't know if you saw the trailer. I mean, you can go watch the trailer. I would say you can just hear about the trailer. You don't really got to go watch it. But if you want to watch it, a lot of the stuff, the homosexual stuff, you don't see that in Africa, in ancient Africa. I've studied ancient Africa For 30 years, I've never seen any representation of homosexuality in any African depictions or anything. In writings, on the walls, nothing. Never seen it. 30 goddamn years I've been studying ancient history. Never seen it in African culture. But it did start, I did see it early on. It started early on with the Greeks. That's where a lot of this shit started, with the Greeks. With your boy, what's his name? Caligula. Go look up Caligula. That nigga was... But a lot of shit started in the Greek cultures. You don't see it in African culture. So they're really trying to push this shit like crazy, man. Trying to show you that animals can do it too. Now, who they promoting this to? Kids gonna see this and think, oh, animals do it. It's okay, right, Mom? Look at the two flamingos. It's a male flamingo and another male flamingo. Can we do that, Mom? No, little bitch ass nigga, get your ass, turn that fucking TV off, fool. That's what should happen. Turn that goddamn TV off. Now, you can't it does happen in nature. There are abnormalities in nature all the time. If you watch The Matrix, the movie The Matrix, that's what Neo was. He was the abnormality in nature that kept occurring. Because even though nature does have a definite order to it, there's also chaos within there. Chaos and order. There's a balance. So there's slight chaos, and then order comes in and balances out the chaos, right? So, but even so, when there's so much order, you will also have a manifestation of chaos, right? It goes both ways. If you have a lot of chaos, you're going to have a manifestation of order, and vice versa. So Neo was the abnormality in the Matrix that kept reoccurring as they tried to make the Matrix constantly over and over again as a utopia. They wanted to make the Matrix like they thought everybody's ideal picture of, an Eden would be, a utopia would be. It kept messing up because people don't want that necessarily. They want to create their own shit. And also there's, life is not always like that. So Neo kept popping up in every incarnation of the Matrix. If you watch the Matrix, spoiler alert, they made the Matrix 6 times. There was 6 full Matrix lifetimes. And so when we watch the movie, that Neo is the 6th one. Because every time Neo pops up, they'll destroy the Matrix and then try to learn from him so they can try to defeat him later on with further incarnations of the Matrix. So it does happen, but it's not the norm. And you would know it's not the norm because if you had 2 dudes go out into the middle of the damn desert, 2 gay dudes go out into the middle of the desert, life is gone. No life. That's the end of life. So Queer Planet is trying to push some bullshit. And this is the thing we'll be talking about. Nobody gives a shit if you gay, whatever. Do that. That's you. Just don't bring it to me. But it's the promotion of it. It's the promotion of it because you're doing it to kids. You're trying to promote it as a lifestyle to children. And you should let children, if that's a child, if the child grows into that, that's on them. That's their life path. They're learning from that, whatever they're supposed to learn from that. But for you to indoctrinate a kid and tell them that, yo, this is the way to be, that's not cool. Because it's not normal in nature. And everyone who is like that, their parent was not like them, or they wouldn't be here. So I love how they have this disdain for the natural processes of nature between divine masculine and divine feminine. They don't like it, but it got them here. How do you reconcile that? You hate the shit, but if your mom and dad was like that, your bitch ass wouldn't be here. So the promotion of it is the shit or the promotion of it without the simultaneous promotion of being straight, of normal love between a man and a woman. If you're going to promote one, you got to promote both at the same time. And then some lady said the other day that heterosexuality doesn't need promotion. It's everywhere. It's all around. No. All you see today is rainbow fruitopian shit. That's all you see promoted every day. If kids were watching everywhere, they would think that a normal relationship between a man and a woman is wrong. It's never promoted. You don't really see it in movies anymore. Everybody got to be some type of queer, gay, flamboyant male, soft man. I mean, the representation of men today in shows is getting ridiculous. The men that they're trying to push into the world, that this is the type of man we want. Not toxic masculinity. We want a man who's slightly feminine, who's not gonna yell at me if I do something wrong. I can basically manipulate him, make him do what the fuck I want. That's what you're gonna get from a beta male. The woman is gonna run the goddamn relationship. That's what's gonna happen. And you have a lot of masculine women who are in positions of power who want that. They're trying to push that narrative into the public. So this is why you see a lot of this bullshit on TV and shit. So Queer Planet is another one that's coming that we got to be like, nah, this is some fuck shit. But just had to let y'all know about that. Then there are protests in Peru against a classification of gender identities as mental illness. So they're classifying in Peru, they're classifying gender identity, multiple gender personalities, whatever. They're classifying it as mental illness. So they tripping. You got a bunch of Decepticons in the street marching and protesting. Not a lot of Decepticon, basically women who turn to men. It's always the man who turned to a woman. When you see them, it's like 85%, 90% men changing into women, not women changing into men. So what you get with that is still aggressive testosterone. Even though they feel they may be taking estrogen, no, you're still producing testosterone. And that makes your ass aggressive. And this is why they're able to push this bullshit into the world. But again, Peru is like, nigga, you crazy. Like they said, it's multiple. So again, homosexuality back in the day was considered mental illness. Now I don't know if I don't agree with that, but when you talk about you when you were born a certain sex, you were born a man, and then you talk about you a woman. When you have no vagina, no ovaries, no estrogen, well, very little estrogen. But you want to sit here and say that you were assigned a gender. This is what they say. They were assigned a gender at birth. Not that it was just shown, that it was revealed. That's who they were. It was assigned to them. I even heard him say that. How do you know what you call a man is a man, and how do you know what you call a woman is a woman? Because we've been doing that shit, nigga, for thousands of years. That's how we know. And we can look at nature and see that it's feminine and masculine need to come together to create new shit. That's just the way it is. Plant life, insect life, animal life, varmints, rodents, anything. They all need male and female to come together to make more of themselves. So now I'll say this: they'll hit you back. Well, there's some species of plants or animals that are asexual. They asexually reproduce. Okay, y'all can get out of here with that bullshit. That ain't gonna happen to you. You're not gonna spontaneously drop a baby if you ain't. I'm talking about a woman. You ain't gonna spontaneously drop a baby if you don't get no dick. That's not gonna happen. Sorry. You're not asexually manifesting anything. So, shout out to Peru. They said, nigga, y'all niggas is crazy. Because if you think you're multiple genders, because some people think they multiple genders. They're a he one day, they're a she another day, they're a they. Then there's like demon self and all these other goddamn things. You don't call that multiple personality disorder? That's multiple that is mental illness. You don't know who you are, or you're not happy with who you are, so you're trying to be 50 million people. That is a mental illness. You're never comfortable within yourself. That is a mental illness. You see yourself as something else. That's this. That's a mental illness. Like Sybil. That movie Sybil. Anybody seen Sybil? That was back in that's for you old school people. The newer version would be Split with James McAvoy. That crazy, he was bald headed or whatever, and that nigga had like a trillion different personalities and shit. So that's basically who you are. That's what they would have called you back in the day before the goddamn government decided to go woke and use that to turn America into a one world government. So, again, so it says the protesters in Peru are demanding that the government repeal a decree characterizing 7 gender identities, including transgenderism, as mental illness. 7? 7 gender identities? How are there 7 gender identities? How is it? How is it? 7? Come on, man. You crazy than a motherfucker. 7 different. Come on, man. What are we doing here? This has become a joke at this point. And if we let it continue, the shit is going to go off the rails. It says demonstrators gathered in front of the health ministry in Peru's capital city, Lima, and the Peruvian embassy in Ecuador's capital, Quito. The demonstrations coincided with the International Day Against Homophobia, celebrated since 2005 to mark May 17th of 1990, of 1990, when homosexuality, then considered a mental illness, was removed from the World Health Organization's International Classification of Diseases. So, there's an International Day Against Homophobia. So, if I don't agree with you, it's homophobia. If I don't agree with what you got going on, if I challenge that, I'm scared of you, huh? When truly, the rainbow people are heterophobic. Think about this. Gay people, the rainbow mafia, they're really heterophobic. Why? Because in their mind, they have been marginalized in society for so long. They weren't accepted. So they need to push acceptance, right? Because they fear that heterosexual world won't accept them. So I have to push who I am constantly out into the world to counteract the heterosexuality that's dominant in the world, because that's nature. And they feel that they're abnormalities of nature. So we want to flip this whole shit. That's the thing. So people who call you homophobic or transphobic or whatever, they're really heterophobic, because they're afraid that the way you think will constantly be the way it is in life, and they will never be accepted. So they tell you you're the one who's scared. Why would I be scared? What the fuck do I got to fear? Again, the natural way of life between a man and a woman is how it's always been. What do I have to? It's never going to change, because if it does, life ends. So nature has ensured that life won't end that way. You know how it ensured? When a big booty girl walk in the damn room, a nigga can't even think straight. Like, goddamn girl, what was I saying? Yeah, the hypotenuse of the rectangle of the angular. Oh shit, girl. God damn, nigga. Hey, nigga, see the goddamn red what? God, hey, girl, hey, turn around, girl. That's how nature ensures life. You ain't even got a choice. Go to the gym. Watch one of them big booty girls walk around you, man. I'm telling you, you be lifting and shit. You be in the mirror and a girl walking, goddamn, oh shit. Oh, fuck. Goddamn, girl. I tell you, nature is real. Didn't have to do nothing to you for you to feel like that. Did that big old woo. Wait. So, shout out to nature. Again, I ain't got no problem with what you're doing. Just stop promoting it like it's a goddamn, it's a TV show or some shit. This is how they promote it, like they're in a reality show and you need to watch it constantly. But they have to do that because they can't procreate, so they can't reproduce their own community. So they have to hijack your children in order to reproduce that community. So that's why they do that. So moving along, in the science and the weird, scientists find cancer-causing chemicals in 78 sunscreen lotions. So Caucasian people are out here putting on sunscreen lotion, trying to block the sun, and the chemicals in the lotion is giving them cancer. The chemicals in the lotion is giving them cancer. It's called, the chemical is benzene. It's in soda. Like, or benzene, or no, what is it? Benzate is in soda, but it's the same byproduct. Basically, what is benzene? Benzate comes from petroleum. Benzate, that comes from petroleum. It's a petroleum byproduct, oil. So, like plastic, basically. So you rubbing plastic on your skin and it's seeping into your skin, Caucasian people. And people, they're getting cancer. Way faster than if they didn't use it. Check this out. So the study found sunscreen has no effect on the rate of malignant melanoma or increases it on your chances of getting it. It has no effect on you not getting it, and it actually increases your chances of getting it. Right? So the two most common forms of skin cancer is basal cell skin cancer and melanoma. Now, most people, when they get skin cancer, they find that basal cell, right? And actually has a 100% survival rate. Even melanoma, you can survive from melanoma if you catch it early. Dexter Robinson, thank you, brother. Says nowadays ignorance is 4 times more common than sense. Hell yeah. We live in idiocracy. Shout out that great. That's a hell of a movie. But that's what we living in. So melanoma, that's the real super cancerous, that the bad one that spreads, metastasizes and spreads in the body. So even that is curable if you catch it early enough. So it says study by the Midwestern doctor. This is a doctor called the Midwestern doctor. Finds the true cause of skin cancer and is the lack of sun. The true cause of skin cancer is the lack of sun. You not getting sun. Holy shit. I mean, this is a crazy study that they just found. Y'all better go sunbathe. After I tell you this shit, you're going to want to go out and get some sun immediately. Watch when I finish this shit. The sun is the shit. So, it says, again, study by the Midwestern doctor finds the true cause of cancer is the lack of sun. It doubles your chance of getting cancer. Not getting sun doubles your chance of getting cancer. That's some crazy shit. This is not just in Caucasian people, though. This is in melanated people, too. This is in everybody. This is for everybody. We're talking about skin cancer, but you can get other cancer if you don't go in the sun. Check this out. They found the sun reduces breast and prostate cancer chances by 50%. 50%. It reduces breast and prostate cancer by 50% if you just sit your ass out in the sun. Telling you, the damn combatants, they knew what was up. Sun worship, bitch. Get this big ass disc right here, sitting on this motherfucker right here. Just bow your ass down and pray to that motherfucker right there. Akhenaten. We gonna pray to this goddamn disc right here. I don't give a fuck. All that other shit y'all talking about, nigga, that right there. You see that right there? You see that? That right there, that's what we fucking with. So then, it found that if you avoid the sun, you're 60% more likely to die. Excuse me. You're 60% more likely to die, and you are roughly 50% more likely to die than people with moderate sun exposure. So if you get no sun, it increases your chances of death by 60%, and 50% for people who get moderate sun. Now check this out. 130% say, and you are 130% more likely to die than people who have high sun exposure. If you don't get any sun at all, you're 130% more likely to die than somebody who just in the sun bathing. And check this out. Then it says the largest risk of not getting sun. This is crazy shit. Y'all better go out there and get some sun right now. Not right now, but after this goddamn live stream, take your ass out there and go get some sun. It says the largest risk was heart disease. The second highest risk was in all causes of death besides heart disease and cancer. And the third largest risk was cancer. So, heart disease. You liable to die from heart disease if you don't get no sun. Or all other causes of death, like organ failures and all this type of shit. All the things that could cause death, right? You're more likely to get that. And then it says the third risk, if you're not getting it, is just cancer. So all these people getting breast cancer and prostate cancer, how much sun are they getting? Are they getting no sun? Because goddamn, the sun is the shit, apparently. Then it says, oh, really quick, Transcendental, thank you, brother. For us old heads, we remember the 80s when they convinced everyone that sun was dangerous. Uh-huh. Yep. Absolute bullshit, as you see right now. No sun, you increase your death by 60% of dying from all kind of other diseases. The sun basically heals you. The sun, you like Superman. Seriously, you got, and then if you got melanin, goddamn. Look, y'all better understand, melanin is real. Now, everybody has melanin. So just so we're clear, everyone has melanin. Just some people have internal melanin or neuromelanin on the inside, and some people have melanin on the outside, both. But everybody has internal melanin, no matter what your color is on the outside. So y'all better understand, better get your ass some sun. And it says, they said that there are very few inventions in medicine that do anything close to what the sun does for your health. Holy shit. I'll read that again. There are very few inventions in medicine that do anything close to what the sun does for your health. Goddamn. The sun is the shit. What up, son? That's why we call, hey, what up, son? Now again, they say, I call my brother son because you shine like one. Right? That's the lyric. That's the bar. I call my brother son because you shine like one. But what up, son? We got to start saying, they got to bring that back. Shout out to New York, my New York people. I love the way y'all niggas talk. What up, son? What up, kid? Nigga, I love New York. That's why I watch Wu-Tang periodically. Take me back to the 90s with all that lingo. Shout out to Wu-Tang. But then it says, the largest benefit, this is crazy, the largest benefit was seen in smokers. To the point, non-smokers who avoided the sun had the same risk of dying as smokers who got in the sun. Holy shit. If you smoke and you go get sun, your ass is actually more likely to live and not die from cancer if you get sun and smoke than if you don't smoke and don't get any sun. Whoo. Come on. He says, you love your book? I don't know what that means because but then the last thing on this is, it says the scare in skin cancer from the sun came from the Wall Street Advertising Company. From a Wall Street Advertising Company. This is crazy, y'all. That was hired by the skincare industry in the 80s. Just as homie was just talking about. They tried to convince us that the sun was bad. That was because the skin cancer industry hired a Wall Street advertising agency to go and put that shit out and say that the sun was bad for you. This crazy. Now, this is the craziest shit. Most skin cancer clinics are co-ops. They're owned by Wall Street companies. And you don't even find a lot of doctors in there. You find nurse practitioners in them. You may find 1 or 2 doctors in there, but they bought up all these skin cancer places, these Wall Street people, because these are corporations that own them, not real people. And they start putting that shit in there and pumping that skin cancer bullshit. All about the money. If you ever want to learn who's doing some shit, follow the money. All you gotta do is follow the money. You'll always find out who's doing the fuck shit. So, sunlight, goddammit. Yeah, baby. Go out there and get you some of that beautiful father son. So, moving along, still in science and the weird. A Chinese scientist moved closer to bringing, Chinese scientists moved closer to bringing cryogenically frozen humans back to life after brain tissue is thawed without damage. So they froze a brain for a long time, and then they unfroze the brain, and there was no damage to it. So if you don't know, when you freeze something, this is why it's very important. So like when your stuff get freezer burned and stuff like that. So when you freeze it, the cell has water. Whatever that organic thing is, it has cells, right? Cells have water. So the water freezes in the cell, right? When you cryo freeze something, or you just put it in your freezer, the water in the cell freezes. It creates ice crystals that then poke through the cell and damage the cell. That's why you can't really freeze humans for a long time, because if you thawed them out, they would be just a bunch of mush, because all the cells are pierced through by ice crystals. All the cells are dead in your body. But it says scientists have moved a step closer to preserving our brains forever. They are one of the first to successfully thaw brain tissue that has been cryogenically frozen without damaging it. Hey, we in the future right now. This is Demolition Man. Anybody seen Demolition Man? Shout out to Wesley. He was whooping ass in that damn movie. Wesley was whooping ass in that movie. He was a straight asshole ass kicker. So shout out to Wesley Snipes in that movie. But that's what's the name? What did I just say? Demolition Man. So it says, further, after being frozen, their neurons were still able to send signals as normal. The brain cells were functioning. They about to preserve. Rich people are about to get frozen for like 100 years and then wake up. Watch. This is about to happen. Rich people are about to start getting frozen so they can live a long ass time. Or freezing their brain so their brain can be implanted into a new body. That's what this shit. That's what this means. They can now thaw human tissue. Freeze human tissue and then thaw it without damage. And the cells are still working and moving. That's it. Right there, it's all done. Now all they gotta do is just find a dumbass nigga, guinea pig, to stick his ass in there. Can we freeze you? Just for 3 days. It's gonna be 3 days, my nigga. I promise you. 3 days is all we're gonna freeze you for. We're gonna wake you up. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be gooder than ever. We're gonna have some good some hamburgers, some turkey burgers for you when you wake up. Maybe some chicken shawarma. You're gonna be all good, baby. It's gonna be all good. And then they leave your ass in there like they did. What's my man named Sylvester Stallone? They left that nigga in there for like what, a couple 100 years? That's what's about to go down, y'all. This is some crazy ass shit. We live in Demolition Man time. If you go watch that movie, we actually are living in the Demolition Man time. I just watched it like maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. We are living in that time right now. All the technology and shit that they was in that movie, we have it. We have all that technology today. So, shout out Demolition Man and Wesley Snipes. Willie Snips. All right, moving along. This is crazy. So, have you guys heard of people inventing things that will, I know you have, like Tesla invented a free energy machine. Did you hear about the guy who invented a car that could go 1,000 miles on a gallon of water? Did y'all see that? Yeah, altered carbon. Yep, altered carbon, changing bodies. That's the first season was dope. The other season with Anthony Mackie, that was some bullshit. Fuck Anthony Mackie. Unless he Black Falcon. When he's Falcon, he's the shit. But so you guys seen the cars, inventions where cars can run on water or free energy. There's been a whole lot of shit like that. I talked about this one time on the live stream. That in the 1920s, a dude built a car that ran on free energy. In the 20s. And he rode it around. Everybody saw it and shit. Had no gas in it. So why haven't those inventions come to light? Why haven't any of those inventions come to light? Especially if this nigga built a free energy car over 100 years ago. The dude with the water car, he built that car in the 80s. There's a documentary on him. You could search it on YouTube. He built his water fueled car in the 80s. And then the nigga came up dead. Said he was poor. He ate some food at a restaurant or some shit one time. Then the nigga felt sick and he died after that. They took that nigga out the game. Water? Nigga, what? No more oil? Are you kidding me? They took that nigga out the game. Like, nigga, you know how much, people the oil industry employs? Like, millions. Just so y'all are aware, the petroleum industry employs millions of people around the world. And if you built a car that ran on water, you would instantly destroy that economy and all those millions of people would be out of business. And have no food, nothing like that. So, they've been taking niggas out, right? Tesla. Took Tesla out the game. Took the water car nigga out the game. It's a bunch of shit now. The reason you haven't seen any of that, or the reason they take people out, check this out. I didn't even know this till yesterday. So there's a 1951. In 1951, they created something called the 1951 Invention Secrecy Act. Go look that shit up. Type it in Google right now. The 1951 Invention Secrecy Act. Not supremacy, but secrecy. Invention Secrecy Act. 1951 Invention Secrecy Act. It allows the United States to suppress inventions that are deemed a threat to national security or the economy. If your invention is so good that it's going to ruin the economy, the government can actually suppress your shit. That's crazy. That's a real law right now. It's in effect right now. You'll never be able to invent anything out of this bullshit. Like the dude, like our homeboy, what is it, Maxwell Chikumbutsu. The dude who invented the free energy TV and the helicopter. And they tried to kill him like how many times? I hope he's still alive. Yo, somebody find that dude for me. Maxwell Chikumbutsu. Can y'all find him, please? We need to holler at him before he get out of here. Then, I'm worried about the homie. Nature Jab. Have y'all been to his channel? Nature Jab? That little 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid who invented, what is it? He called it electrolysis, pyrolysis. Pyrolysis, a plastic pyrolysis machine or something like that. Basically, the machine sends microwaves into plastic and turns plastic back to petroleum, back to gas. And he's showing everybody how to do it. Now, shout out to him. He's been growing. He's been getting a following over the last 3-4 months. He's built up. He's been doing major videos because he films everything. So he just built this super huge reactor, and this nigga is getting fuel out of it. He did a live stream where he ran a truck off of the oil that he got from plastic. And it's just any type of plastic. You can just any type of plastic. You throw it up, throw it in the thing, it crushes it up, mixes it with carbon. Then he bombards it with microwaves, and the carbon helps absorb the microwaves to break down the plastic. Then it basically distills the plastic to where it goes to a vapor, and then the vapor goes through these things and it drips out and it comes out as gas. Diesel gas. Eventually, he'll be able to refine that into actual real gas. Now, how much of a threat is Nature Jab to America and the world, everybody? How much of a jab, how much of a risk or a threat is Nature Jab to America and the world? Now, I don't live in fear, but these niggas have a Invention Secrecy Act. So shout out to him though. He put it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. He show you how to make it. So that even if they came for him, somebody now would be able to reproduce his machine. So shout out to Nature Jab for not holding the information. He shows you piece by piece how to put it together. That nigga's off the chain. So shout out to that little young dude, 18 years old, mashing. Came up with the idea when he was 17. I think he may be 19 now, but came up with the idea when he was in high school. But if the Invention Secrecy Act gets a hold of this nigga, we may not see none of that shit. But we need to get behind him. So anybody who's on here, please go support Nature Jab. We need that invention in the world because plastic is getting crazy. They just found microplastics in everything. In every type of food that you eat, they found microplastics in it. So that dude is doing something. But that Invention Act, so then it says, this is why energy devices or water fusion energy or grounding energy or anti-gravity devices or engines that run on their own fumes have never been released. This is all the things that got suppressed. Free energy devices, water fusion energy, grounding energy, meaning they can stick a thing in the ground and power it off the Earth's magnetic field. They had an engine like that. This dude created an engine that was powered by the electromagnetic field off the ground. You can stick a cable in the ground just anywhere, and it would power the engine. And then then somebody made an engine that ran on fumes. It recycled gas fumes. And it had a pipe that ran the gas fumes. After the gas fumes burned, it funneled the gas fumes through a pipe. Then the pipe would go back into the engine and funnel the gas into the engine. This shit was it's some ingenious motherfuckers out here, but they can never get anything built because they say it's a threat to the economy or the world's economy. So that's crazy. Or national security. So shout out to Nature Jab. Let's get that man. Let's get that man out there. So moving along. If you in Vegas, get the fuck out right now. Vegas people, you need to bounce. Because this is crazy. A man is stung in his balls and his testicles by a scorpion at the Venetian Hotel. This nigga got in the bed. It was a scorpion in the bed at the Venetian Hotel, and it stung him in his testicles, in his balls. How painful was that? Holy shit. Women, if you don't know, balls are very sensitive. They so goddamn sensitive. I know you know it. Kick a man in the balls when he tries to attack you, all that. But you don't really know how sensitive balls are. Eddie Murphy told the best joke of all time about that. He said you could just graze balls, and you said you'd be like, and that's the pain that take a few seconds to hit in. He's like, you just graze balls. You be like, did that just hit my? Ah! That's truly how it is. You get the delayed pain in the ball, man. Holy shit! This nigga got stung by a scorpion. Holy shit! Goddamn. It says, as Las Vegas suffers manifestation of venomous creatures. So it's a bunch of scorpions that's invaded Vegas. A bunch of scorpions have invaded Vegas. Goddamn. So apparently, you may find them in all kinds of hotels. So it says a California man, excuse me. A California man is suing the Venetian after waking up to the searing pain of multiple stings from a scorpion in his boxer briefs, while on vacation at the Vegas hotel. Goddamn. The suit comes amid a wave of reports of scorpions invading properties across Sin City and its suburbs, including America's most lethal species, the Arizona bark scorpion. What? I don't even know what the fuck that is. The Arizona bark scorpion? That sounds bad. Does it turn your balls into wood if it sting you? Wood bark? What happens to your balls? What happens? I know one thing. I ain't going to Vegas. Fuck that. Sorry, Vegas. You ain't about to see me out there in no damn hotels. Nigga got stung in his balls. Nigga, you want to keep a nigga away from Vegas? Tell him he gonna get stung in his balls by a scorpion. There's a chance you can get stung in the balls by a scorpion. Nigga, you ain't no niggas ever going to Vegas ever again. It says one homeowner who claims to have killed over 22 scorpions on his property in recent months told local news that he suspects the deadly southern species has snuck into the city aboard palm trees imported for tract homes and other desert landscape projects. They were in the damn palm trees that they imported to Vegas. God damn. I can't even imagine, man. Getting stuck. What? In the oh, goddamn. That's the most. That got to be one of the worst pains of all time. Cause it's venom. He got stung multiple times. Oh, nigga, that's fuck that shit. So fuck Vegas. Y'all need to stay away from Vegas. Men anyway, because women y'all don't have those, but they can sting you somewhere else. It can crawl up something. Women, just saying, it can crawl up somewhere, up some crevices somewhere. Just saying. Stay away from Vegas. So then, moving along. Last couple things. Excuse me. In nigga news, the video comes out of Puffy. I know y'all seen the video. Everybody's seen the video. Of Puffy chasing Cassie down in the hotel. Because I guess they got into a fight in the room. She tried to bounce. I guess because he looked like he was in the bathroom. He was in the bathroom take a shower after the fight, after they had a fight in the room. She tried to sneak out of the room because she didn't have no shoes on when she walked into the hall. She tried to put her shoes on in the hall. So she was trying to sneak out. She didn't want to alert him that she was leaving, right? So he follows her down the hall in his towel and gets her and fucking yanks her by her hair down to the ground. And then when she's on the ground, this fool kicked her in the back or in the butt somewhere, and then he kicked her in her leg. Then he dragged her by her hair. Now, how come you can do this and nobody is in the hotel coming out of their rooms or anything? Like, why was not one soul in the hallway? Or take an elevator? Not nobody? You in the Century City Hotel. I know where that is. That's where I used to train. There's a bunch of people in there. So he dragged her. Then he started throwing vases at her. They got into another fight in the hallway. This nigga started grabbing vases in the hallway, throwing vases at her. Puffy is a full bitch ass nigga. He is a full band. You are a whole bitch. Any dude who hits on women and is not in self-defense, you are a bitch. You are a bitch. Not sorry. See me about it. If you hit a woman and is not in self-defense, you are a bitch. If you let her get to you emotionally that much, to where when you get physical, you've been beaten mentally. You've been beaten mentally. That's by anybody, not even a woman. If somebody can say something to you and force you to physical violence, you've been beaten mentally. That's just how it is. They've beaten you mentally. If they've gotten you to physical action from words, you've been beaten. So then Puffy tried to hide this now. Puffy's life, this nigga got no more life. He might as well go and move to Planet Zuckeron or something. This nigga's done. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing again. He might have to change his whole thing. He might have to go bald. He might have to shave his hair and shit. Let his gray beard grow out so he don't look the same. Because there's nowhere he'd be able to go looking like that and people could be looking at him funny. Like, you are a whole bitch ass nigga for that. Seriously, man. So it says, LA County DA reveals that he can't prosecute Diddy after the horrific video showing him with Cassie in the Ventura Hotel because it reached the statute of limitations. Because I think it happened in 2016. So it's like 8 years ago. In California, the statute of limitations for a tort is 180 days. So if somebody wronged you in California, you have 180 days to get back at them, to charge them with something, to file a complaint, anything like that. If you don't, then that's a wrap. That's fucked up. They only give you 180 days. But in some states, they only give you 3 months. I think 180 days is at least 6 months, isn't it? ain't good with the math, y'all. So 180 days, that's about 6 months. So damn, that's not really a lot. If somebody really abused you, really like that was on that had to be the end of the abuse. Like she was like, fuck this. Because they broke up the next year. They broke up in 2017, I think. So she wasn't having it. She was done with that shit. And so then they tried to put this in the same category as Ray Rice. Do y'all remember Ray Rice, who knocked this girl out in the elevator? Now they tried to put this in the same category as that. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe that because it's not the same. It's not the same scenario. The reason is because Ray Rice, when he knocked this girl out, she had been attacking him the whole night. Then when they got in the elevator, they were arguing. He backed away from her to go to the corner of the elevator so he could get away from her. She lunged at him. And so he knocked her out in self-defense. They in a small-ass elevator. She came at him. She was about to try to hit him. That's why he didn't go to jail. They had no case because it was self-defense. They didn't want to tell you like that. But I'm gonna tell you, it was self-defense. If somebody moves towards you in a violent way, you have every single right to defend yourself. So that's why Ray Rice knocked her out. This was not that. This was Puffy being a whole straight bitch-ass nigga, man. You kicked a woman when she's on the ground defenseless? You think that ain't gonna come back on him? There's nowhere he can go now where real men, he can hang around real men. Nowhere. There's nowhere he can go where he can hang around real men. Everybody gonna look at him like, nigga, you are a bitch. First of all, Cassie's fine as shit. So, nigga, don't be hitting on, prime real estate like that, nigga. What's wrong with you, nigga? But then, she's a small girl. Like, what do you think you doing? What stripes are you earning? She was basically his sex slave. This nigga had a sex slave for 10 years. And he abused her. All that. I mean, this nigga ain't gonna never be able to come back from this. That's a wrap for him. It's a wrap. Unless he gets like some plastic surgery or some shit and change his face. Then the CNN video released, or CNN released the video, right? Now this is the weird shit. This is the conspiracy part of this. CNN. So Puffy paid $50,000 to get rid of the video. First off, I know y'all heard that. Puffy paid $50,000 to get rid of the video. He bought the video from the Ventura Hotel. Now, that means nobody was supposed to have a copy of that, right? Somehow, somebody got the copy of that damn tape and gave it to TMZ. Who did that? How did that tape get out? Excuse me. If Puffy was the only one who had the tape. Now, this is what I think. Because I just happen to notice these two things happening at the same time. CNN released the tape the same week that Biden's daughter comes out and confirms the diary that would have gotten this nigga kicked out of the goddamn election. The diary was real. Now, I don't know if y'all know about Joe Biden's daughter, the diary. In the diary, she basically says that Joe Biden, fondled and molested, he did the thing. He showered with her when she was like an older young girl, like around 9 or 10. You ain't supposed to be showering with your daughter at 9 and 10, fool. The fuck is wrong with you? This nigga need his ass beat. So that came out, and she confirmed it because everybody was like, we don't know if it's her diary. We don't know if it's her diary. We have no idea. We have no idea. Even though there's a phone call of her trying to get the diary back from from the person who had it, because a woman found it in a house. She went to a house or something like that, or Airbnb or something like that. It was left there, and so she found it, and that's when she called all these other people and sold it. Right? Spread the wealth. Thank you, brother. He says Parthenogenesis is the thing, Kev. Okay, parthenogenesis. Gotta look that up. But the same week, this is why it's suspicious to me. The same week, Joe Biden's daughter confirms that basically he was doing the thing with her. She said, yes, that's my diary. Now, she had said it before, but everybody was trying to push that back to the side. But this week, she came out and fully confirmed that shit happened. Y'all ain't heard nothing about that, huh? Did anybody hear about that besides me? Nope. You know why? Because that damn Puffy video came out. Puffy beating on a woman in the damn hotel. That's a little more exciting than Joe Biden in the shower with his daughter, huh? Do you see how they manipulate the shit? We're going to sacrifice Puffy instead of, it's better Puffy than Biden. That's what they're thinking. Which one is going to go? Which one going to hell first? Which one we going to sacrifice? Which lamb we going to sacrifice first? They can't sacrifice Biden because they need that nigga in office so they can beat Trump, right? They got to keep him there because he's their only chance of beating Trump. So they can't do away with Biden even though they want to. They want to get this nigga out the game so fast. But they need him. And so let's slide this little tape CIA. Because I'm sure it probably had to be the CIA is able to get that shit. CIA, why don't you slide this tape on over to CNN? As if there aren't any CIA agents already working at CNN or TMZ. Because it came out on TMZ. Oh, no, CNN, my bad. Not TMZ. CNN got the video first. My bad. So somebody slid the tape to CNN and they released it. And we all know CNN, who they be caping for. They hate Trump. CNN hates Trump. And they love Biden. They always speaking up on Biden. So, just conspiracy theory, putting it together. Not saying that it's true, but it is highly suspicious that the same goddamn week, 2 days after Biden's daughter confirms the damn diary, we get a video of Puffy beating on Cassie. And ain't nobody talking about Biden's diary or Biden's daughter's diary. Yeah, that's some bullshit. So, fuck both of them niggas, honestly. And moving along, in police stop law lessons, a Chicago lawmaker says it's racist to punish criminals and calls America a garbage society. A socialist Chicago alderwoman, Rosanna Rodriguez, called the U.S. a garbage society as she claimed policing in this country is based on racism. Is she right? Policing in this country is based on racism. Now, I ain't hear nothing wrong that she said. But all the goddamn right-wingers, the Republicans, how dare you say that? Racist, the policing is racist. We just proved that white people are killed at twice the rate by police officers as black males. We just know this. When the study actually showed that melanated men and Hispanic men are twice or 3 times as likely to be physically beaten by police. See, that's what we need to be focused on. Who getting their ass beat by police? And their constitutional rights violated by police, pulled over for no reason and all this type of shit. They didn't do a study on that shit. They just did the study on who getting killed by the police. And so, well, Caucasians get killed more. Okay, but who gets their ass beat more? That's what we're talking about. So she comes out and says policing in America is racist. And they jumped on her. I mean, everywhere they could. Excuse me. So they jumped on old girl. Now, then it says, in a now deleted post covered by Fox News, Rodriguez says, our Black, Indigenous, people of color youth, BIPOC youth, I hate that damn word, but our BIPOC youth are on the streets because they are not going to settle for this garbage society we have. What? They're on the streets because they're not going to settle for this garbage society we have. Then it says, they know we are better off investing in things that protect us, not police. Now, is that true? Do we not need police? Do we not need police? Yeah, I got allergies. Yep. Always had sinus stuff when I was a kid. So right around this time, when all the pollen and bullshit crap is always out, should be messing me up. So, but do we need police? I'm asking y'all the question. Do we need police, y'all? Do we need police? I'm trying to see. Say Ali said, in a perfect world, do we need police? Come on, I'm trying to get some. Show me your answers. Do we need police, y'all? Absolutely. Okay. To a certain degree. Yes, we do. Peace officers. And we need to hold them accountable. Okay. Because Dwayne Williams says yes. Daryl Dobbins. Yes. Yes. Okay. Especially there's the Godzilla. Especially these soft cats they're turning out now. Okay, yes, yeah, okay. Y'all do say, all right, we need police. Okay. I thought it was gonna be different. Okay, we do need police. That's where I was with it. Cause unless you gonna hunt down a dude who you broke in your house and stole your shit, unless you gonna hunt him down yourself, you need the police. So the police have to be here, right? So then it says, we live in a society that favors white people. White people are ahead of the game. This is a quote from her. We live in a society that favors white people. White people are ahead of the game. Race is not a factor that can impact the success of white people. Now that's true. That's a true statement. Black people or melanated people, you can be affected by when you walk into that office, they see what you look like, nigga. They already got a preconceived notion about who you may be. If you're a woman, are you Shaniqua? If you a melanated dude, are you Pookie? This is how they think. Shaniqua and Pookie. That's their two archetypes of melanated people in the hood. So right off the bat, when they see your melanin, now, if you speak with articulation and eloquence, then it would quickly change. But right off the bat, or on a piece of paper, when you mark that you're black or African American or whatever that shit plays a part right off the bat on a lot of things. Not all the time, but it does play a part in a lot of things, right? So, but Caucasian people don't have to deal with that. They can just go out and be happy and whatever. So then she said, we say defund the police. When we say defund the police, we mean developing alternatives to racist punishment and brutality. This work has been around for a while, and it's a great tool to rethink our ideas of what public safety should look like, said Rodriguez. So, should they defund the police also? She said, we should defund them. Remember that was out for the longest time? Defund the police, defund the police, defund the police. Do y'all think the police should be defunded? Because y'all already said, yeah, we need police. Now, so if you need police, should they have resources? Trying to get y'all, to see where y'all minds at. So if y'all said we need police, should they have resources? A bunch of verbal platitudes. I think they should be offed. Damn, Geechee Dan. Geechee Dan crazy. No pay them. No pay them. Oh no, she said, you mean pay them? Okay. All right, cuz I said yes, Nama. Yosef, I heard they are training AI to social profile. Yep. Pay them. No military vehicles. Okay. Pay them for their work. Okay. So they do look like the military now because they get federal equipment. They get equipment from the Fed. So all of that is with the tactics and all that type of shit. Now, now in another post she wrote, white supremacy, systemic racism, and exclusion are at the root of the issues of violence. If we want it to end, we have to commit to dismantling white supremacist structures and fight for equity. Now, that's not a bad statement. That's not a bad statement. I would pretty much agree with that. But you do need police. Oh, Joshua said defund them. All right, Joshua, when they break in your house and steal your car, go in your damn refrigerator, take out a couple of ham hocks. What the hell you gonna do? You gonna go chase them down, Joshua? Joshua gonna chase them himself. We get in trouble, we gonna call Joshua, everybody. That's what we call him. Look here, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I'm calling Joshua. Joshua said, fuck the police, he got it. That's what we call him. Thank you, Joshua. I'm just saying. Nobody gonna be tracking down, chasing down people they sell. I would. I'm crazy like that. But most people ain't gonna do that. So you definitely need the police. But all this fear of the police, though, comes from you not knowing what they can and they can't do against you. That's truly the problem at the root cause of it. When you say all the white supremacy, racism, and all this type of shit, all of that shit goes to the wayside. None of that shit matters if you know their job better than them. It literally falls to the wayside. When you know their job better than them, none of that matters if you know how to make them accountable. So you're right. They have too much military vehicles. You know, it's white supremacy in it. It's definitely that in there. But you can't have a organized or a society of order, a civilized society, without law enforcement. You can have, if you have laws create a civilization. It creates a civilized society. But if you can't enforce those laws, then what type of civilized society are you actually going to have? Now, then it becomes a problem when the law enforcers become the terrorists, right? They start abusing their power because they know you, the citizen, don't know shit. That's when it becomes the problem. So you already know where we going with this. Get your shit. Get in here. Because I said so. You better be in class tomorrow, girl. Stop playing. Get your ass back to Know Your Rights Foundation class. You've been out the whole goddamn month. But right here, no more than them. Knowledge is always the key to everything. You seen that on the commercial? The more you know. Ding dong ding. Y'all seen that on that damn commercial when the star goes across? The more you know. Bing boom bing. So boom. The more you know. Know how to get back at police officers when they violate your constitutional rights. But before they even violate them, in the process, when they're in the process of doing it, learn how to stop them in their tracks. Then you don't have to fear them being a military group or them being a white supremacist. You don't have to fear none of that shit. Because all of them niggas have rules they have to abide by. And if you know those rules, you can make them adhere to them. Get the book, Know Your Rights Manual. Make them pay when they violate your constitutional rights by going after their bond or their insurance, because they have both. Sometimes a state will allow them to have both, bonds or insurance. But you can get paid off of that. So when they violate your rights, you can sue them, but that takes about 1 year to 2 years. But while you're waiting for your money, go after the quick money, the bond. You place a claim on the bond, you can get that within a few weeks, a couple of weeks. Most bonds are about $50,000 minimum, but at an average of $75,000 for the bond. And each time they violate your constitutional rights, you can add that, you can go after the bond each time they violate your constitutional rights. So $75,000 for a First Amendment violation, $75,000 for a Fourth Amendment violation. If they beat you while they have you in custody, that's an Eighth Amendment violation. Cruel and unusual punishment. That's $75,000 for that. So you can always go after them. Just pile the money up. But you have to know how to do it. Get your knowledge. Know Your Rights Manual, Public Official Bonds book. Boom. Get your flashcards. Law and Government flashcards, 1 and 2. Police stop flashcards, 1 and 2. Supreme Court case cards, number 1 right here. D. Brown, appreciate you. Says, get y'all cards and move to Houston. Get your cards and move to Houston, Texas. They definitely work out here. Trust me. That's what's up. What up, D? Appreciate you. He said, these cards, he's like, hey, you understand? These damn cards work. Tell them, D. Tell them how it work, baby. Better show them the video if y'all haven't seen the video of this, this girl with the car, in the car, and they show the cards. And the police officer who usually gives tickets, he was like, yeah, you guys can go. That happens to him all the time. It happened to his girl just once. So now she's a believer. But this stuff works. Especially if you know how to say it with confidence. You got to speak with confidence. Don't be stuttering and, police officer, can you look at these? And here, sir. And nah. Here you go. Bam. Now, if you buy all of these, you don't necessarily have to give them this. If you're in the car and they pull you over, just give them these 2 things with your driver's license. They would look at that. Now, if they don't want to follow these, then you hand them this. That shows them where that authority comes from. This qualified immunity notice. This has all the Supreme Court cases that governs their actions and why they can't violate your constitutional rights. So you can show them these 3 after they try to turn down these 2 things. And you say, oh, well, you better read this. Boom. So all the ways to protect you, we've created. And so if you go, again, get this melanin book, and understand, we just talked about the skin cancer and why you need to be out in the sun and why your melanin is the shit. Absorb that sun energy to boost your life power. Shows you right here. So if you get the hard copy, Great Book of Melanin Research, you get the whole police stop law package for free. So I'm gonna do another weekend deal. If you hit it up today, tomorrow, because I got to go back. Every time I go to the post office on Tuesday, I may do a deal like that. So I got to go back to the post office on Tuesday because I didn't mail some people stuff because I didn't have any product. So I just got some yesterday. So I got to go to the post office on Tuesday. So if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, you get the whole package, and I will put all 5 of the cards in here for free. All right. All 5, but that's today, tomorrow, and Monday. If you order after Monday, Tuesday morning, I'm going to the post office to drop off everybody else stuff who already ordered. So if you want to get in and get this deal today, tomorrow, or Monday, and I will hook you up with all 5 decks of cards. All right? And please get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Please sign up, get this damn, get your certification. Sign up to get your certification. So we're going to teach you for free. We're going to teach you for free, but you got to get this certification. Go back out and make sure you teach the community, because this is how we beat what she was talking about. Defund the police and white supremacy and all this and that type. You don't need all that. You just need to know the system that controls them. If you know what controls them, then that means you can control them. So again, knowyourrightsfoundation.org or kyrf.org. Sign up as a volunteer. When you get an email, make sure you fill out the questionnaire, send it back, and then we'll set you up with an interview time so that you can get on in here. So I've been talking to y'all for a minute. Don't be sitting on your ass waiting, and then something happens. You be, oh, shit, I got to call Kev. A bunch of people has actually told me that. When we got them into the interview thing, they was like, man, I kept hearing you say, man, you better get your ass in here. I've been listening to you for 2 years and find out, yeah, took your ass 2 years to get in here? Don't wait 2 years. Get your ass in here today, learn this law, and let's build up this million Johnny Cochran army. All right? Get out there and support. So that's it for me. Also, make sure you get over there and get some weed juice from the homie Timmy Tight Top. Timmy Tight Top makes these delicious juices. So make sure you call Timmy Tight Top. That number is, hold up, if I can get it. Damn it. God damn. So that number is 323-864-4425. Again, 323-864-4425. That's it for me, baby. This is my last Saturday of chicken shawarma, so I'm about to enjoy it. Go on my cleanse next Saturday. So it's the last week, baby. This is it. Before I go to hell week, before I go to a whole new hell month. It's going to be, whoo. I've been loving that chicken shawarma for these last 3 months. So got to cleanse, though. So if I go one way, then I got to go back the other way. So make sure you please get out there and support. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank all my moderators for being in here. Oh, man, this dude upstairs. Y'all hear that bumping? Somebody's bumping. I'm about to go handle this nigga upstairs because this nigga done lost his damn mind for banging on the goddamn ceiling while I'm doing my live stream. He done lost his fucking mind. So I'm about to go handle this nigga. Thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate y'all moderators. I thank y'all for dealing with the chat, for getting all the crazy people out of the chat. And also, thank you for people who hit the super chat and the cash app. Appreciate y'all. About to use that right now to go buy me some chicken shawarma after I handle this nigga for banging on the goddamn ceiling. Appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all next week. Deuces.